Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How are you today? So, before we get started, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter yet, please do so. The information is always going to be in the description box below, along with all of our contact information, okay, and like a whole bunch of links so you can find some really cool products, okay? So, get your coffee, maybe some chocolate, I don't know, popcorn, maybe, because you just never know with me or what's going on in the world today. And we've got a lot to talk about today. No kidding. So we have quite a few things that were sent. Okay. Now this picture was sent by a subscriber who went to Meijer, Meijer. It's a superstore like a Walmart in Columbus, Ohio, that has limits on everything food-wise, all food products, okay? And they said that they found this aisle disturbing, okay? Because not only are there oil filters in short supply, but now they're seeing scarce headlights. So... And you guys know that my mechanic, okay, he's a subscriber of ours, okay, and you know he's one of us, you know, so he's very well trusted in this community. So if you guys ever have any questions or concerns or anything like that, his information is always in the description box below as well. Even if you just have a question, call him. Okay, the link to his website is in the description box. His phone number is on the website, so just call him. Okay, his name is Dave. Call him. If you just have a question about your car, you need parts for your car, he can get them for you. Okay, so give him a call. All right, and now that we're seeing the headlights, the bulbs for the headlights, there's a shortage. There's a shortage for everything when it comes to cars now. Just ask Dave. I mean, it's insane. It's insane what's going on with car parts right now. It really is. So there's a picture, and I'm going to put that in for you right now. Okay? Hang on. Now, this one was from Walmart.com. Okay, and a subscriber sent this in to me because she went online to Walmart.com, all right, to make sure cat food was in stock before she went to Walmart to go get it, all right, and she said, I'm surprised by the price of this cat food. It must be an outside vendor because, oh my gosh, the prices. Now, when I put this picture in, you're going to be like, what's really going on here? Now, for my guys, because you guys know I have 3 dogs and I have 8 cats, okay? And we go through Chewy, okay? Not only is it cheaper, but the convenience is just there, right? To have a free delivery to my door every single month. And not just that, it's easier for us to go through Chewy because it makes it easier for us to stockpile. And for our guys, okay? And when you order through Chewy and you're on like their, what do they call it? There's a word that they use. Automatic something. You get money off of those products. So instead of paying like $25 for a bag of dog food that you would normally pay $25, like say in Walmart, you would actually pay like maybe $22 through Chewy because it's automatic. You know what I mean? It's automatic shipment. Okay, you get money off. So that's why we decided to go through Chewy, because we buy it every month anyway, so you get a cheaper price, right? But yeah, these prices, wait till you see it. Hang on. So these pictures were sent in It's gas prices from Reno, Nevada. I don't like the gas prices here are about $1 cheaper than Reno, Nevada, but that's here in Tampa. So, wow. Well, we said it would reach $5 a gallon, but it's different in different parts of the country. So, I got a picture. Hang on. And for those of us that are having trouble finding a turkey for Thanksgiving dinner, a subscriber has found a solution. She has. Leave it to you guys to find a solution to all of our problems. I love you guys, I really do. Hang on. And for more recipes, follow this subscriber. She's got some A1 recipes that she would like to share with you. Like this recipe right here. Okay, so now on to some articles that I want to read. I might only get through maybe one or two, but so this article says we are potentially heading into the most painful global energy crisis in modern history. Shortages and outages of propane could make it impossible to heat rural homes this winter, and we knew this was coming, okay? Top off your LNG and get extra capacity or stock up on firewood now before the outages hit. And yeah, I've been saying this for quite some time now. Okay, even your gas cans, get those filled, keep them filled. Never let even your gas tank in your car go below a half a tank. Start stocking up on, I know I have been stocking up on grid down ways to cook. I've been stocking up on 50-pound bags of charcoal, wood chips, lighter fluid, matches, lighters, ways to cook. I want to start getting some cords of wood, things like that. Even though it doesn't get very cold here, it has gotten into the teens at night. So yes, it does get cold. We have a space heater that we use. I don't like turning on my heat, you know what I mean? But we do have a space heater. It's a little one, you know what I mean? It takes the chill out of the air type thing. But yeah, start preparing. I've been saying this. I've been saying it, and so have other people, okay? This week, CNN asked Blackstone CEO Steven Schwarzman about coming energy problems, and he openly admitted that we are going to end up with real shortage of energy. Schwarzman warned Tuesday that high energy prices will likely set off social unrest around the world. We are going to end up with a real shortage of energy, and when you have a shortage, it's going to cost more, and it's probably going to cost a lot more, the private equity billionaire told CNN International's Richard Quest at a conference in Saudi Arabia. Schwarzman continued, when the power goes out, now listen, people are not going to be happy, and people are really not going to be happy if it goes out for an extended period of time. According to Schwarzman, we will soon see very unhappy people all over the globe. You're going to get very unhappy people all around the world, in emerging markets in particular, but in the developed world. In the developed world, okay? And you know what that means. So Schwarzman said at the Future Investment Initiative, what happens then, Richard, is you've got real unrest. The challenges the political system, and it's all utterly unnecessary. Sadly, he said he is right that the global energy crisis does not have to happen. If the global elite had continued to fund traditional energy projects at the pace that was needed, we could have avoided this nightmare to a very large degree. But banks and investment firms that traditionally handle, yes, banks, I hear you, that traditionally handle the gigantic lending needed to power plants are now reluctant to fund anything that would emit carbon from fossil fuels. Environmentalism is now causing a shortage of electric generating capacity, which has become so insufficient that one billionaire is saying we can now look forward to blackouts in wintertime because they cannot generate enough electric anymore. Meanwhile, prices throughout our economic system continue to rise at a very alarming pace. Just check out what's been happening to the price of turkey. Okay? The U.S. Department of Agriculture, for example, released data recently showing the average wholesale price of grade A frozen 8 to 16 pound turkey has spiked 21.91% since last year. And that means what cost $1.15 per pound a year ago will now cost $1.41 a pound. And just for context, the same would have cost 96 cents in 2019 and 84 cents in 2018. If math isn't your thing, that's a 68% wholesale price increase in just 2 years. Overall, we are being told that this upcoming Thanksgiving will be the most expensive Thanksgiving that any of us have ever experienced. Now, Matthew McClure, and that's MCCLURE, he paid 20% more this month than he did last year for 25 pasture-raised turkey. He plans to roast at the Hive, that it's in Bentonville, Arkansas. It's a restaurant where he is an executive chef. Okay. Norman Brown, director of sweet potato sales for WADA, and that's WADA Farms in Raleigh, North Carolina, is paying truckers nearly twice as much as usual to haul the crop to other parts of the country. I've never seen anything like it. And I've been running sweet potatoes for 38, 39 years, Brown said. I don't know what the answer is, but in the end, it's all going to get passed onto the consumer. Unfortunately, more price hikes are on the horizon. In fact, Kimberly-Clark Corporation is openly warning that they are going to be boosting prices even higher. Prices of toilet paper, diapers, facial tissues, paper towels will likely rise in the coming weeks. In Irving, Texas, based consumer giant Kimberly-Clark warned Monday that inflation and supply chain concerns aren't likely to be resolved quickly. So stock up on paper products while you still can. But they're putting limits on that stuff. So, you know. But most of you guys know that the price of gasoline has gone up every day for the past, 20, 23, 25 days, right? 30 days even. And the main reason why prices are skyrocketing is because supplies are starting to get really tight. In fact, it is being reported that the crude oil hub in Cushing, Oklahoma could be effectively out of crude in just a few weeks. And we're seeing the rising prices of gas, not just because you guys are sending me pictures of your gas pumps and what the prices are, but, right now, okay, as you're watching this video, what's the price right now? If you've gone to get gas today or yesterday or whatever, or even in the past week, what's the price of gas right now in your area? It's insane. It's like 20 cents more today than it was 2 days ago. Am I wrong? It's like, this is going to be never freaking ending. And a note predicting the near-term dynamics of the oil market, J.P. Morgan's commodity, Natasha Kaneva, and that's Kaneva, writes that in a world of pervasive nat gas and coal shortages, which are forcing the power sector to increasingly turn to oil, boosting demand by 750 BKD during winter and drawing inventory by 2.1 mmb/d in November and December. Cushing oil storage, which just dropped to 31.2 millimeter barrels, the lowest since 2018, may be just weeks from being effectively out of crude. The bank's conclusion: if nothing were to change in the Cushing balance over the next 2 months, we might expect front WTI spreads to spike to record higher, a super backwardation scenario. Needless to say, we have never seen anything like this happen before. In such a scenario, how high could the price of oil potentially go? I don't even want to think about that. I really don't. And if oil price records are being shattered in the months ahead, what will ordinary Americans have to pay just to go fill up their cars? Think about that. What does it cost right now to fill up your car, your SUV, your van, your truck? And if you own a business and you have like moving vans or whatever the case may be, look back from last year to the same time this year. Look at the difference. Okay? And now think ahead a month, 2 months, 3 months. What you're paying right now, triple that in 3 months. I'm just putting that out there because that seems like what it's going to be like. So, meanwhile, one expert recently told Bloomberg that we could soon be facing propane market Armageddon. You know how hard this is to even just think about these things? In the report by Bloomberg, ANG, says prices for the first quarter of 2022 are already far above ladder supplies, saying it may indicate players are preparing for propane market Armageddon. He added that some areas could see outright shortages before winter ends. Find alternative ways to heat your home, please. If you have a fireplace, start stocking up on cords of wood. Please do something. To add to the stress, Poynter, and that's Poynter, says some weather forecasts are already calling for a colder than normal winter. Yeah, I saw that. You know the Farmer's Almanac? Okay, you know that little magazine thing that comes out every single year? They had just put something out. I saw it the other day. And they said that this is going to be one of the coldest winters in a very, very, very long time. And I'm thinking to myself, my God. And now this. And now this. And that is thanks to the La Nina effect. Experts call for an 87% chance of the system bringing an early harsh winter season. The use of the term outright shortages is alarming because there are millions of Americans that use propane to heat their homes. If the propane runs out in the middle of winter, what are those people supposed to do? Well, because we now know this is a possibility, prepare right now. Don't wait any 1 second longer. don't wait. If you have the means, go out right now and stock up on whatever you can. I mean, that's the only thing I can possibly think of to tell you. Get heating blankets. Even if you have to go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, buy used. I know. But do what you have to do. Do what you have to do to get through this winter. Even heating pads. You know, the ones that we put on our bellies or on our backs. Those will work. Okay? Now, on the other side of the globe, a tightening of natural gas supplies has become an enormous problem. According to Global News, natural gas prices in Europe and Asia have more than tripled in 2021. Yeah. Regional natural gas markets in the United States are seeing prices for this winter surge along with global record highs, suggesting that the energy bills causing headaches in Europe and Asia will hit the world's top gas producer before long. Gas prices in Europe and Asia have more than tripled this year, causing manufacturers to curtail activity from Spain to Britain and sparking power crisis in China. Now, for those who heat their homes with LNG propane, you should top off your supply while the prices are lower, and maybe even ask their supplier if they can add tanks to their existing system to hold even more gas than usual. I know that's an added extra expense right now, but if it's cheaper to do it now and to be prepared now, and if you can essentially afford to do it now, I know it's overwhelming. It really is. Yeah. A typical rural home has either 3 150-gallon tanks or one 500-gallon tank to hold gas. But the suppliers cannot fill the tanks all the way. They have to leave room for gas expansion, so they generally fill those tanks 80%. For a 3-tank or 450-gallon home, that leaves you with about 360 actual gallons, and that gas is usually used up at about a rate of 250 gallons per month in the winter. So a typical rural home has only slightly more than 1 month's supply of gas in the dead of winter. If you ask your supplier to add another 150-gallon tank, that brings you up to about 600-gallon capacity. At 80% full, leaves you with 480 actual gallons, which is more like a 2-month supply. Given what we're being told about possible outages, it may be a smart move to ask your supplier for more capacity now, rather than hope they still have gas to sell in the dead of winter. And now maybe your supplier will not give you extra tanks. Maybe you can buy your own, but you have to ask the supplier if he will actually fill tanks that you own. Sometimes they won't, but it doesn't hurt to ask. And absent extra fuel capacity and conservation efforts, maybe you'll be forced to using firewood if you have, Jesus. This is getting really hard to even think about, because I have a lot of family that lives up in Pennsylvania and New Jersey still. A lot of you guys live up there, so this is just getting very hard for me to even think about. It's a constant worry, you know. Many rural homes have fireplaces, wood-burning stoves. Get an extra cord of firewood above and beyond what you normally would use over a winter. Yeah, absolutely. It'll cost you about $300, but, you know, do you have another solution? If the gas runs out and cannot be refilled, you have to have heat. If you end up relying on fireplaces and wood-burning stoves for heat, you're going to need a lot more wood. So, you know, stock up on it now. So, all right, guys, that's all for this video. I love you. I really do. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping. Prepare now for this winter. Please don't wait. Okay, please don't wait. All right, don't wait. As always, fearless.